Hello.
Hello.
I'm here at the beach with Denny, and this video is about Denny. Denny, how did you
It's
become such a had like almost a musical savant, knowing way more than anyone we know about music and recordings and who was what and who's still alive and who's dead and who was in this band and then left and went started their own band? How did that happen?
well, as a young person, I just loved music and I kept listening to music and I couldn't get enough of it. And I listened to all the local radio stations, and every night I would get on and listen to all the national 50,000 watt channels. I just absorbed a lot of it when I was young. I think that's probably what carries it over because you can put so much more into your mind when you're young. You're like a sponge, and I think that's how I developed it. I just loved it. I listened to it, I sang along, I learned the lyrics. I just, everything that came around, I'm listening. It was just a wonderful thing. And to this day, I've been lucky enough to retain most of it, really, a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
And every every song reminds me of a time or a place or something somebody said. Somebody can say something, and I can pull those words out and put it back in the song where it belongs. Yeah, it's amazing.
So,
That part of it's. I've always have had it since a young person.
and do you remember some of the radio stations that you listened to?
Oh yeah, yeah, like Whoa Whoa in Fort Wayne, Indiana. You had WBZ Boston. You had
Mm-hmm.
KK Pittsburgh. You had CKLW, which
Oh,
was
I used to listen to
Detroit,
CKLW.
Ontario. Yeah, every one that I could. At nighttime, you had to wait until the signal just came
Mm-hmm.
in to you, and you had to so carefully turn the AM dial to tune in something that maybe you hadn't heard for a while. And but that's how it was at night. The signals just all blasted all over the place,
Now,
and it was a great time.
what kind of radio did you have?
Oh, a little Channel Master transistor. Although my mother and dad had, some bigger units in the house that they were kind of German radios that you could fine tune. So,
Hmm.
again, same idea. Just turn that just barely. You got so good at just bringing that channel in. And anyway,
Well, that sounds great. Now, you also relate song lyrics to whatever's happening in the present,
right,
too.
right.
And you've always done that?
Always. Yeah, I mean, I've always thought about it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
Is
Well,
it?
I think you do. I'm just amazed by how much you know about music.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. It's just been a natural thing, and I keep trying to get better.
Hmm. And it's not just music from the past either. It's 60s, 70s, 80s,
Yeah, yeah,
90s, right?
yeah.
Even to this present
40s.
day, 40s.
Yeah.
Well, what was the oldest music that you think you listened to? What decade would
Oh,
that have been from?
30s,
30s.
probably. And some of the Roaring 20 music
And
that
what
was out.
type of music was that?
Oh, big band.
Big bands.
Yeah, big band.
And you go to concerts today.
Oh, yeah.
And
To
what
this
was the
day.
last one you went to?
I go to a lot of local ones.
Yeah.
It can be one man band or one woman band or two people, three, four, five, six. I've been to so many shows. Let me think of the last bigger one. Well, I went to Chautauqua Institution to see Frankie Valli,
Frankie
and it
Valli.
was canceled on that day
That was a
because of
disappointment.
the smoke.
Mm.
We had so much smoke, and his doctor recommended in the statement that he not go out in the open. It was an open amphitheater up there,
Hmm.
so it was really, you could taste the smoke. that day. It was one of the worst days of the summer on the smoke. So unfortunate. But I talked to a lot of nice people up there, and
But didn't you see another concert there earlier this year?
mm,
Or was that last summer?
that was last summer.
And who was that?
Last summer's concerts were the Beach Boys at the end of the summer,
Wow.
and that was the one to close the summer, and that was good. And I went up there one day and I saw more of a local band, and it was great.
Huh.
That's a great place.
Well,
We
anyway.
could talk a week about that place.
Yeah. Well, you are the town's musical expert.
I don't know about
free
that, but-
roaming, freelance musicologist of the town. And thanks for
Love music.
being on a video.
Remember, remember then.
See, he sings too. Anyway, thank you, Denny, for being on a video.